Current and former members of the White House staff, though, who say they were with the president that day and that nothing of the kind ever happened. I'm talking about Sarah Huckabee
Actually, they
Sanders.
haven't said that. They just said they haven't heard.
People like that.
They haven't said that. They just said they didn't hear it. And again, multiple sources confirmed this and multiple news organizations confirmed this. But if you don't want to believe that, believe your own eyes, because this president has been disrespecting the military from the day that he let some sucker, in his view, go in his place to serve in Vietnam because he didn't want to.
Let me read the quotes from Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She was the president's press spokesperson at the time. She says, "I was actually there and one of the people part of the discussion. This never happened. I've sat in the room when our president called family members after their sons were killed in action, and it was heart-wrenching." Hogan Gidley, also part of the White House communications team, says, I was there in Paris, and the president never said those things. And I could go on. There are a few other White House staffers who say similar kinds of things, but it just comes down to a he said, she said. Democrats seem to be seizing upon this, and Republicans are blasting
he said, she said, because again, a lot of this stuff you can check. I mean, look, the president today lied on Twitter about never calling John McCain a loser. Now he's asking us to believe that, okay, he's lying about that today because we can check and see the footage, but he's not lying about the other stuff. He must think we're all suckers. And the amazing thing to me is how little respect he has for the intelligence of his own supporters.
John Bolton, obviously no longer a great supporter of the president, but he said he was there in the room. And you may have heard the clip at the beginning of the show. He said the call not to fly to Ain Marne on Air Force One, or I'm sorry, on Marine One, was simply because of bad weather. It had nothing to do with the president's desire not to go there.
All right, this isn't complicated. General Dunford was there. General Kelly was there. If the president wanted to be there, he would have been there. Now, maybe they're using weasel words saying it's because of bad weather, because, if he didn't want to go because the weather would have messed up his hair, then I guess technically you could say it's because of bad weather. But the bottom line is, if he wanted to be there, he would have been there. Look, this is a lot bigger than whether the president went to a ceremony or not. This is a fundamental disrespect that we have seen the president show. We've seen it with our own eyes in the statements he's made in public. It just turns out that we've got a lot of people from inside the administration willing to reveal that behind the scenes, it's even worse.